All right, crazy town time. Here's Joe Biden. He's talking about student loan relief. Boy, this is going to be fun. He's always good with numbers, you know. All right, Joe, what do you got?
I'm late, folks. Thank you very much for being here. Good afternoon to everyone else. Less than 8 weeks ago, I announced my administration's plan to forgive up to $10,000 in federal student loan debt and up to $20,000 if you received a Pell Grant. Today, I'm announcing how millions of people, working and middle-class folks, can apply for get this relief, and it's simple and it's now. It's easy, it's fast. At the end of my remarks, I'm going to officially launch this new application site at studentaid.gov. Studentaid.gov. It takes less than 5 minutes, and if you have any questions, you follow up. We will be able to follow up with you. This is a game changer for millions of Americans. We get moving. I want to thank the Secretary of Education.
Where is he?
There he is. The Secretary insisted that it had to be tested over the weekend.
Put a freaking bell on him or something.
It landed and handled more than 8 million applications without a glitch or any difficulty.
Right.
I'm keeping my commitment to relieve student debt as borrowers recover from the economic crisis caused by the once-in-a-lifetime pandemic. I hope, God forbid, I say once in a lifetime, that gets me to another issue. We need more funding for this, but anyway, for dealing with future pandemics. But I want to be clear. Let me be clear. If you earn less than $125,000 a year and you receive the Pell Grant, you'll get up to an additional $10,000 knocked off that debt, so $20,000 in relief. Now, let's talk about who is against helping millions of hardworking middle-class Americans. Republican members of Congress and Republican governors are trying to do everything they can to deny this relief, even to their own constituents. As soon as I announced my administration's student debt plan, they started attacking it, saying all kinds of things. I don't want to hear from Republican officials again who had hundreds of thousands of dollars, even millions of dollars in pandemic relief loans, the PPP loans. They didn't do anything wrong, but they qualified. They qualified for up to, in one case, $2 million. And despite what the Republican officials say, we're able to afford the student loan relief. It's because of our historic deficit reduction the Republicans voted against. We're also set to reduce another $300 billion over the next 10 years because of the Medicaid being able to negotiate drug prices. But that's not all. We're also resuming student loan program. Student loan program that we paused during the pandemic.
The stupid loud
Come January,
of the computer.
Folks have to start to repay their student loans if they qualify. I mean, if they don't qualify for this relief.
Effects to keep people.
My administration's plan is economically responsible, an economically responsible course to ensure a smooth transition to repaying and preventing unnecessary defaults. You're going to receive these calls. I tell anybody who's qualifying for these loans or trying to qualify for these loans.
Spit it out.
If you get a call pretending they're from the government trying to help you with your loans, let's be clear, hang up. You never have to pay for any federal help from the student loan program. You're going to get calls if you do this and we'll pay that, you can get relief. That's fraud. If you get any questionable calls, please tell us by going to report fraud, DOTFTC.gov. My message to fraudsters looking to cheat the American people is don't do it. Let me close with this. Please visit studentaid.gov. It's easy, simple, and fast. And it's a new day for millions of Americans all across our nation. If it's on this, I'll happy to answer the question.
Mr. President, are you concerned that litigation could get in the way of this program?
Yes, well, that's what's going on right now. Litigation is underway, and I don't think our legal judgment is that it won't, but they're trying to stop it. Thank you.
How many people have already applied through this beta testing website? Do you know?
Thank you.
Over 8 million.
And will people who have privately held loans, will they at some point become eligible for this forgiveness because they no longer are?
We are working on pathways there to support those, but we're moving as quickly as possible to provide relief to as many people as possible. Thank you.
Mr. President. It should have a disclaimer and say, this was brought to you by every hardworking diner waitress and truck driver who couldn't afford to go to college, and the back of the taxes, that they're paying to fund this.
Yeah, exactly.